Jack and his mother lived in a small, worn-down cottage. They were very poor and had only one cow left. Mother told Jack, take her to market and sell her. Jack sadly led the cow down the dusty road. He hoped to get a good price for her. Along the way, he met a strange old man. The man smiled, holding out 5 beans. "These are magic beans," the man whispered. "Trade your cow for them, and you'll be rich." Jack's eyes widened with excitement and wonder. He impulsively agreed to the trade. He handed over the cow's rope for the beans. Jack ran home, eager to show his mother. He proudly presented the 5 beans. His mother's face turned from hope to anger. "You fool!" she screamed, snatching the beans. She threw them out the window in disgust. Jack felt terrible, ashamed of his foolishness. They went to bed hungry and disappointed. The next morning, Jack woke to a strange sight. A massive beanstalk towered outside his window. It stretched high into the clouds, impossibly tall. He couldn't believe his eyes. It was enormous. He remembered the magic beans with a gasp. Curiosity and guilt gnawed at him. He decided to climb the beanstalk. It was a perilous journey into the unknown. He started to climb, hand over hand. The beanstalk was rough and thick. He climbed higher and higher above the trees. The ground shrank beneath him. He looked up, the top still far away. Clouds swirled around him, cold and damp. He kept climbing, driven by hope. He imagined what he might find at the top. He thought of riches and a better life. Finally, he reached the top of the beanstalk. He stepped off onto solid ground. Before him stood a colossal castle. It was much larger than anything he'd seen. The castle seemed to touch the sky. Jack cautiously approached the giant's castle. He peered through a crack in the wall. He saw a fearsome giant inside. The giant was snoring loudly, asleep. Jack's heart pounded in his chest. He knew this was a dangerous place. He hesitated, then decided to enter. He slipped through the crack in the wall. He was now inside the giant's castle. Everything was enormous, made for a giant. Jack felt very small and vulnerable. He looked around, amazed and scared. He saw a bag of gold coins on a table. Greed overcame his fear. He crept towards the bag of gold. He reached for the heavy bag. He lifted it with a grunt. He knew he had to be quick. He turned to leave, clutching the gold. Jack climbed higher, the air growing thin and cold. He reached the top, stepping onto soft, cloud-like ground. Before him stood a colossal castle, impossibly large. He cautiously approached the enormous open doorway. Inside, everything was scaled for a giant. A table the size of a tennis court held a half-eaten meal. In the corner, a giant snored loudly in his sleep. Jack spotted a bag overflowing with gold coins. Greed overcame him. He had to have it. He tiptoed towards the gold, his heart pounding. He grabbed the bag, straining under its weight. He scurried back to the beanstalk and began his descent. Safely at the bottom, he showed his mother the gold. Days later, Jack climbed the beanstalk again. The giant still slept, his snores shaking the castle. This time, Jack saw a hen perched on a golden cage. It was no ordinary hen. It laid golden eggs. Jack snatched the hen and ran. Another successful heist. More riches for them. But Jack's greed wasn't satisfied. He climbed the beanstalk a third time. The giant was still asleep, but something felt different. This time, Jack saw a beautiful golden harp. It rested against the wall, gleaming in the dim light. As Jack reached for it, the harp magically began to play. Its music was enchanting, but also piercingly loud. The giant stirred, his eyes snapping open. He roared, "Who dares disturb my sleep?" Jack grabbed the harp and fled, the giant hot on his heels. He scrambled down the beanstalk as fast as he could. The giant's footsteps shook the very ground above. Jack reached the bottom and yelled, "Mother, help!" His mother rushed out, grabbing the axe. The giant began his descent, the beanstalk swaying wildly. Jack pointed, "Chop it down, hurry!" His mother swung the axe with all her might. Chip, chip, chip went the axe. The beanstalk groaned and began to crack. The giant roared in anger and frustration. One final swing, and the beanstalk snapped. The giant plummeted to the earth with a deafening crash. The ground trembled. Dust filled the air. The giant was gone, defeated. Jack and his mother were safe. They now possessed the gold, the hen, and the harp. They were rich beyond their wildest dreams. The hen laid golden eggs every day. The harp played beautiful music. They never had to worry about poverty again. Jack learned a valuable lesson about greed. He vowed to use his wealth wisely. He helped others in need. He shared his fortune with the less fortunate. Jack and his mother lived happily ever after. Their lives were filled with joy and prosperity. The magic beans had changed their lives forever. But it was their courage and kindness that truly mattered. They were grateful for their good fortune, and they never forgot the dangers of the beanstalk. Their tale became a legend told for generations.